Ah, the classifieds, the start of many a dream. Who hasn't convinced themselves they need an old Bentley Turbo R, or a cheap Lotus Elise, or even an ex-Jimmy Greaves BMW 7 Series? But the reality is, most people end up homing in on the more sensible option, a good, honest, reliable family hatch. In fact, there's one for sale right here at a bargain price, and frankly, I'd be daft not to buy it. So I'm going to. Ford Focus, 72,000 miles, petrol, one careful lady owner, non-smoker, deal. Result, I've got this clean Ford Focus, good colour, really looks the part, ex-reg 2000 plate, at an irresistible price of £2,000. Life is good. Except, you know when they play music like this, something bad's about to happen. Two identical cars in a head-on collision at 30 miles per hour. The other car crashed as nature intended, with the crumple zones working effectively to absorb the crash energy. There's a strong likelihood the passengers could simply dust themselves down and walk away. But with mine, it was a different story. My car has performed substantially worse. I mean, look at the intrusion inside the cabin here. My knees are up to my chin nearly, and the front of the car looks like it's been constructed of old crisp packets. If it wasn't for the magic of television, I might not be talking to you right now. So what's the difference? Why did my car do so badly compared to the other one? My car may have looked perfect, but it was once an insurance write-off and was repaired with what the experts call severe economic restraint. Now hang on, let's go back and see where things went wrong. My Focus looks absolutely fine, but if you look closely and you know exactly what you're looking for, you can sometimes tell whether a car's previously been in an accident. Cue our friendly engineer from the RAC to tell us what's amiss. Right, so can you tell me whether or not this car's actually ever been in an accident?
Yeah, OK. If we take a look up at the chassis leg here, we can see around there that there's actually a weld that we can see that the front chassis leg has been changed. Also, the main concern I have here is that looking up the side of the chassis there, it looks as though it's been repaired with filler, which is obviously not a structural repair and not acceptable. What
sort of accident has it previously been involved in?
Oh, the vehicle has obviously been in a full frontal accident, which has damaged both major chassis legs.
So it's crumpled the crumple zones?
Yes.
They've just been torched off?
They've basically been cut off and others have been welded on, which will obviously infringe the integrity of the vehicle.
From the top it looks absolutely convincing.
It does look very nice.
So tell me, if I have an accident now with the car as it is, what's going to happen?
The possibility is that they're going to crumple too early. They're supposed to crumple in a set manner so that the occupants in the compartment in the passenger shell are protected. On the other hand, if it's been over-engineered and it doesn't crumple, then both of these chassis legs will actually push into the passenger compartment and injure any occupants inside.
What makes this tale even more chilling is that just a couple of days ago, two separate garages issued our car with a valid MOT.
Having a look at the vehicle now and seeing the major damage which it's had to both chassis legs, and particularly the filler repair that we've seen on that leg, I wouldn't have considered that MOT, no.
The car was deemed fit for the road, even though it's not fit to crash. Now, how many of us take a look at a full MOT and see it as peace of mind? Yeah. Well, with the help of our crash testing mates at Myra, we might make you think again. The forces involved, even at this relatively slow speed, are absolutely sickening. Gracious me.
No, I saw the movement, I ran out of the car.
Look at the state of that. That's horrendous. There's definitely more crumpling going on that car. You can see the wheels have been pushed back further. Right, I'm going to get in and demonstrate to you what it would be like if I was in the crash. Oh, and I can tell you that my feet would have been like this on the pedals. And as you can see, assuming I actually survived, I'd probably be crippled for life. But the other Focus, on the other hand, has remained remarkably intact. All of the dashboard, all the pedal assembly is as God intended it to be. And the experts tell me that my Focus crumpled some 3.5 inches extra. That extra intrusion into the cabin is the difference between walking away and being wheeled away. So what can be done? Well, clearly you need to check a car's history before buying, which is pretty easy. By simply picking up the phone and paying about £30, you can get a comprehensive vehicle identity check, and all you need is the registration number. A company like HPI will tell you whether or not the car's ever had any outstanding finance on it, whether it's ever been declared a full write-off, whether it's unfit for resale, or whether it's ever been nicked. The numbers are frightening. Every day they identify 30 cars for sale that are actually stolen. A quarter of the cars they check out turn out to have outstanding finance, and 4 out of every 100 have been written off. For the phone numbers of these different services, check out the Fifth Gear website. This car was actually for sale a couple of weeks ago. Now, I don't usually buy into all this scaremongery stuff, but it is genuinely shocking to think that if it weren't for the sake of one phone call, some family could be driving around in that car as we speak.